Are you ready to take your Instagram game to the next level? I'm here to share with you my guide to help you grow 10,000 followers in the next 30 days. Hey there, I'm Juan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I share my best tips, tricks, and learnings from my 10 years of experience as a content creator turned business owner to help you grow and monetize your social media presence easy and fast. If you're ready to take your Instagram account to the next level and make a real impact on your audience, you're in the right place. On today's video, we'll be covering 10 key steps that will allow you to gain clarity on your brand, create a highly engaging content strategy, create a consistent and effective content strategy, and connect with your audience like never before. By following these steps, you'll be on your way to growing your Instagram account like never before in no time. You'll be on your way to growing your Instagram account and reaching your goals in no time. Let's get started. So step number one is to fix your mindset. It all starts with the mindset. It's not about wanting to have more likes or more followers. It's about wanting to serve your audience and create a positive impact in their journey. You must adopt a growth and an abundant mindset. A growth mindset because you will find challenges, and if you let these setbacks throw you off, you'll be out in no time. Whereas if you have a growth mindset, you'll take everything as challenges, as learnings, and it will keep you going. And an abundant mindset because right now there's so much competition, but that doesn't matter. There is everything for everyone. You have to think about it that way. And this will help you to not fall on comparison traps, focusing on the vanity metrics, or starting to doubt your skills and abilities. Once you've fixed your mindset, step number two is to gain complete clarity on your brand. Whether you're a personal brand or a product brand, this is a key step in order to achieve success in the following steps. You need to get very clear on your profitable niche. And I say profitable because at the end of the day, we're on Instagram to make money. If you start focusing on a niche that is not profitable, you're gonna see problems in the future. And also you need to understand what type of audience you're gonna be creating content for, who you're gonna be serving. And for this, market research is extremely important. Once you understand your audience's main goals, desires, frustrations, roadblocks, fears, you can take all this information, create an avatar of your ideal audience, and start creating content only for that person. Remember, you have to connect with them at an emotional level, and you have to be relatable for them to like you and trust you for staying. And that will help you retain followers, because you might get followers, but if they don't feel a connection with you, your content is not gonna be enough. If you struggle with this, you can think about where you were 4 to 5 years ago when you started your journey. What were your biggest struggles or roadblocks at the moment? What were your goals? And what was the bridge that joined the old you with the new you? And that bridge is the content that you have to create for your audience who are in the same position where you were 4 to 5 years ago. So speaking about connecting with your audience, step number 3 is to start showing your personality through your content. As I mentioned, competition on Instagram and social media is higher than ever. So you need to find ways of standing out, and by creating good content is not enough. We all have specific traits of our personality that makes us unique. So bring out that uniqueness into your content. I heard something recently about personality pillars, and you've probably heard about content pillars. We'll talk about content pillars in a bit, but personality pillars are those pillars that are unique to you, like your core values. Do you value freedom? Do you value friendship? Do you value vulnerability? How can you incorporate those values that are so unique to you to your content? Or your X factor, your quirkiness. For example, you might be a fan of Stranger Things or Game of Thrones or any show that's trending right now. How can you incorporate that into your content? How can you tell stories that relate to that thing that you like, that will also relate to your audience and obviously to your business? What's the intentional impact that you want to give people, and how can you connect that to your offers? And also your unapologetic opinion. Don't be afraid of sharing your opinion. You are not here to be liked by everyone, but when you share your opinion, when you share your thoughts, you position yourself more as an expert, as a thought leader, and that's how you want people to perceive you. So you can bring out your personality in so many different ways. Don't restrain from doing that. It's gonna make a massive difference in the way you stand out and in the way you grow your account. For example, what I did was I started to wear funky shirts just like this one in all of my content. I started to be more relatable and I started to show my personality, my quirkiness, and people started recognizing that to the point that some people call me now the jazzy or funky guy shirt. So this is part of my personal brand and it's a way in which I stand out from other social media coaches out there. Now let's dive into more technical stuff regarding Instagram. Step number 4 is to optimize your profile for conversions. And you won't imagine how many times someone asks me to check their profile. I go and check their profile and it's just not optimized at all, to not say crap. Remember that your profile is your storefront and there are different steps that you need to take in order to optimize your profile, starting with your profile photo. That's the first thing people will look at, right? So you need to have a photo that represents what you do or your niche, that is clearly visible. You don't want to be with other people. You don't want logos. You don't want pets. You want yourself in the background. You want yourself up close and front, and ideally looking at the camera or looking at the user and smile. For example, if you are a photographer, it would be great if you had like your camera in hand or you're taking a photo, but it really depends on your industry. Then your Instagram name. Remember that the section at the top of your bio where you write down your name is searchable. So you should be adding there at least 2 or 3 keywords that are relevant to what you do, to your industry or to your niche, making sure that these are keywords that your ideal audience are searching for. In my case, I have Instagram growth, IG growth. I know that most people that are looking for Instagram help or tips will type in Instagram growth in the search bar. Think about keywords that will help you become more discoverable for your ideal audience. The next thing is your bio. Your bio is prime real estate and you won't imagine how many people waste this space. Your bio has to answer a few things like what you do, who you help, how you help them, any social proof or credibility, and a clear call to action. What do you want your audience to do next? Is it to go read your blog? Is it to check out your sales page? Is it to send you a DM? You need to be very clear in this. Then we also have the highlight section. And this is something that a lot of people don't know how to use strategic. I would not suggest having more than 10 highlights because honestly, no one scrolls through those highlights, and not having more than 10 stories per highlight. Use your highlights strategically. Use your highlights to tell your audience who you are so that when someone lands in your profile for the first time, they can learn more about you, have a start to your profile or about me. Tell your audience what you offer. So highlights are great to add your programs, products, services, etc. To also add relevant content, maybe blog posts, maybe a newsletter opt-in. Another great thing you can add in highlights are testimonials from your past clients or students, or if you are an influencer, cool brands you've worked with, and you want to showcase those projects as well to help you establish yourself and get more credibility in the eyes of your audience. And then of course you have your feed, which doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing. The era of having a cohesive feed is gone, but it does have to maintain a consistent look. I don't plan my feed at all, but I do have a consistent look because I'm always using my brand colors, my brand fonts, and I'm always showing my face in some of the posts. Another very important thing that you must have on your feed is your face. It doesn't matter if you do text carousels, if you do infographics, there has to be at least one post every 4 to 5 posts where you show your face. It can be a photo, it can be the cover of a reel, etc. Before continuing, I want to remind you that I have a free Instagram growth guide. I'm linking it in the description, which will help you take these 10 steps a little bit further and accelerate your Instagram growth. So go get it as soon as you finish watching this video. And if it helped you, send me a DM, send me an email. I always love engaging with you guys. Moving on to content. You need to create a content strategy that is aligned with your goal. Most people start without having clear goals. But if you want to know what are some of the social media goals that you should consider, I suggest you to check out this video over here. But basically, start with your goals and create content around them. I love this framework that I created called the CAGE framework, which helps me plan my content efficiently and also making sure that I am tackling the 4 content categories that you should be creating on Instagram. And these are content that creates community, content that drives action, content that generates growth, and content that positions you as an expert. If you create these 4 types of content, you will start building the like, know, and trust factor, which means that your audience will start trusting you, liking you, expecting more content from you, not unfollowing you, and when the time comes to sell, buying from you. Step number 7 is to use all content format. I know that most Instagram gurus are telling you to create reels, and reels are great. They help you get more reach and be discovered by new people, but it's very hard to build that like, know, and trust factor that we talked about recently only with reels. Every format on Instagram serves a different purpose. Think of it as a funnel, and reels would be at the top of the funnel, which are great for reaching new people and attracting new eyes into your profile. They might follow you or might not follow you depending on how well optimized is your profile. Then continuing, we have carousels. Carousels are great for nurturing, for sharing thoughts, for sharing opinions, and also for selling. Then you have single posts that can be divided into 2 types of posts. You have infographics, which are great for a quick win for generating a lot of saves and shares, which will also help you attract new eyeballs into your profiles, but also for giving your audience quick wins. But you can also have photos, which are more of a personal type of post where you can tell your audience more about you and connect with them more at a personal level. Then you have Instagram stories, which are great for connecting even more with your core true fans, and for selling. Stories are a great place to create conversions. If you're selling any kind of product or offer or service, stories are great for this. And also Instagram Lives, which are one of my favorite formats because they help you build that trust that no other format will let you. So if you use all content formats, you're making sure that your followers are going down this funnel or this journey to a point where they become super fans of your personal brand. And now that we're talking about formats, you need to show up on stories. If you can show up on stories every day, even better. You don't have to post every day, but stories is something that you have to be consistent with. Why? Because as I said before, this is where your core true fans will be hanging out. These are the people that like you and trust you the most, and they love seeing behind the scenes stuff from your life and from your business. This is where you can be a little bit more natural, where you can show behind the scenes of your life that might not relate entirely to your niche or your industry or your business. Stories should be more raw and organic. They should look very organic to the platform. And as I said, this will be one of your main sales channels, so you better start training your audience to go to your stories every single day. The next step is to be actively social and listen to your community. Social media is all about being social and community building, so you need to be constantly replying to all of your comments, to all of your DMs. Make sure you're answering questions. Make sure you're making new connections every day, real and genuine connections. This is gonna be very helpful to learn what your audience is struggling with all the questions that they might ask, and this will give you a better idea of where to direct your content creation, what type of content to create next. Remember to give them what they want. And when you're engaging constantly with your audience, you're creating a real connection that goes beyond just a follow, and you never know, you might make real good friends. I've made great friends from Instagram, and it all started through commenting on their content. And network with other creators to build your tribe. Instagram is not about competition, it's about community. And yes, there are other people that are gonna be doing exactly the same as you, but it doesn't matter. When you start building a tribe, you feel like part of a greater whole, you feel a part of the community, and it makes the journey so much more enjoyable. On top of this, you might start doing collaborations with them, which will help you grow faster because you're gonna reach a wider audience, but also you can even create joint products, offers, courses. You never know where these opportunities will take you. And as I said before, they can become really good friends. Listen, when you start on Instagram, you need to connect with people in your same niche. It doesn't matter if they do the same as you, but they become part of your tribe. And this is gonna be like your support group, especially at the beginning when you might not be getting a lot of engagement. This support group is the one who's gonna be commenting, sharing, saving your posts, which will then boost your content in the eyes of the algorithm. So that's it, guys. I hope you learned something new from these 10 steps that will take you from 0 to 10,000 followers. If you apply these in the next 30 days, you're gonna start seeing results. If you learned something new today, please like this video. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe.